What is up, everyone? Welcome to round 4 of the Portland Monthly Premodern Paper Magic Afternoons August 2025 tournament. We got two brand new decks to show you, so let's get into those deck lists. First up, we have Duck with Mono White Angel Stompy. This is a list that I've wanted to try out for a long time, so I'm very excited to see it on the channel. If you're not familiar with this list, it is very much a control list, I guess would be the best way to put it, but with some big top end threats, utilizing soul lands and mana rocks to ramp into big creatures. It also does employ some tax effects and some mass land destruction effects to also help you get to that point in the game. Now, looking through this list real quick, this is a little different than the list that I've been working towards, but still seems pretty solid, so let's get into it. First off, let's talk creature threats. There is 3 Eternal Dragons, which both ramp him more, but also late game are good end game threats. Very tough to deal with unless they're swords or removed from the graveyard. 4 Exalted Angels, 3 Windborn Muse, which also is some of that tax effect I was talking about, being a creature with a propaganda style effect where they have to pay 2 for each creature attacking you, makes it much tougher for go wide decks like goblins to get a lethal mass attacking. And while not technically a creature, I will still count the 3 Decree of Justice as big late game threats. As for ramp, he has 2 Thran Dynamos, 4 Mind Stones, and 2 Marble Diamonds. To round out the artifacts, he's also running 1 Cursed Scroll and 2 Phyrexian Furnace. And for the rest of the spells, looks like he's got 4 Swords of Plowshares, 3 Seal of Cleansings, 3 Parallax Waves, which makes a lot of sense, is interesting, and does work well with those Seal of Cleansings. As for lands, like I mentioned, there is some soul lands here, so it looks like he's got 3 Ancient Tombs and 2 City of Traders, 1 Dust Bowl, 4 Rashad Ports, 3 Mishra's Factories. The rest are plains. A little bit of mismatch set there, but nothing wrong with that. As for the sideboard, it's a little tough to tell what I'm going to do my best. Looks like there is 1 Warmth, 1 Circle of Protection Red, 1 Worm's Chant, 1 Gaia's Blessing, 1 Cursed Totem, 1 Masticore, 1 Cleansing Meditation, 1 Tormod's Crypt, 4 Sphere of Resistance, which the list I've seen tends to run these main, so it's interesting that these are in the sideboard for this one, 1 Glow Rider, and 2 Wrath of Gods. Overall, a really cool list, a different take on a control list, and I'm excited to see how it plays. But before that, who's he playing against? Next up, we have Matt K with Reanimator. This is always a classic to see, and I think this is actually the second Reanimator list we've had on the channel for this monthly. So very cool to see it having a bit of a resurgence, or a reanimation, if you will. This list is a bit different than the one we saw before, so I will happily go through all the cards, including primarily the Reanimator targets. What are we trying to cheat out onto the battlefield? It looks like Matt K has opted for 2 Verdant Force, 2 Visara the Dreadful, 4 Phantom Neshobas, and 4 Chromas. There's also 4 Putrid Imps in there if we're counting all creatures, but those are technically discard outlets. In terms of reanimation spells, he's got the classic 4 of Reanimate, 4 Exhume, 2 Animate Dead, and what looks like 2 Life Death, which is a bit higher than normal. I also want to call it here that there are proxies in Matt's deck. Again, the Portland Monthly is 100% proxy friendly, so don't want to hear about it in the comments. Accessibility in this format is the main things that we strive for here. As long as we can tell what it is, that's all that matters. Rounding out the rest of the deck, though, looks like he's got 4 Lotus Petals, 4 Dark Rituals, 4 Cabal Therapies, 4 Careful Studies, 2 Sickening Dreams, which also is a bit different, but is a great way to board wipe and also get creatures in the graveyard. And it looks like that does it for spells. Looking at the lands, Reanimator lists tend to run pretty light, especially with Lotus Petals in the main, so he's only got 2 Underground Rivers, 4 Undiscovered Paradise, 4 Gemstone Mine, and 4 City of Brass. That's right, not even a basic land among them. Looking at the sideboard, let's go through Reanimator targets first. Looks like he's got 3 Multani's Acolytes and 1 Iridescent Angel. This list also turns into an Oath of Druids list in the sideboard, which I feel like is pretty standard for Reanimator decks at this point. He's also running 3 Naturalize, 2 Duress, and 2 Crumbles. Reanimator is one of my favorite decks to see. It's always amazing how they always seem to be able to get out a big threat. However, if you are able to deal with that one big threat, the deck does have a hard time covering. And as we saw, Duck has quite a few answers in the main, and even more side. So this should be a very cool matchup. So without further ado, let's get into the games. Here we go. Duck is on the left, Matt is on the right, kicking off round 4 of the August monthly. Now, Reanimator definitely thrives on being on the play. It's like Duck is actually going to mulligan here. Matt is going to keep, so we'll cut to when both players have keepable hands. Okay, Duck looking for 6 here. I imagine the Stompy deck, or control Stompy deck, whatever you want to call it, Hogan's fairly well. Lots of mana rocks, lots of interaction. I see lands. I see late game spells. I see a Parallax Wave, which looks like it might go to the bottom here. Nope, not the Parallax Wave. You're going to start off with a Mishra's Factory, say go. And I see a Reanimate, I see a Lotus Petal here. 2 Reanimates actually from Matt. Does he have a reanimation target? And does he have a way to get it in the bin? Alright, there's a Gemstone Mine with a careful study. This could be huge. Nope, no creatures there. Does he have any... Oh, there's an Acroma. That's a nice one for sure. And a City Brass. So we play out the Lotus. He's got 2 petals. I think I saw a Cabal Therapy as well. Yeah, gonna make sure the coast is clear. I don't know if either player knows what the other is on, but I think you just named Swords in this instance, and there is a Swords. Okay, it looks like he did not name Swords. Swords would be the thing I would name. I mean, we're, you know, commentating from the chair. I haven't seen both players' deck lists, but if you have 2 Reanimates, I think you are only scared of Swords. And it's like Matt is just gonna go for it. Reanimate the Acroma. Take some damage off the Reanimate. Yep, there we go. Just a casual 8. Swinging for 6. Say go. Very interesting. Oh, because there's no planes. This makes a lot of sense. Alright, so Duck tapping 2 to tap down the Gemstone Mine. The Rashawn port. Acroma getting in. I didn't realize that Duck did not have a white source there. That actually does change everything. That makes sense why Matt would want to go for it here. Okay, he does find the white source. Gonna fire off that Swords real quick. And Matt going back up. He should go back up to 20, right? Not just gaining 5. Oh wait, no, he does gain 5. Duh. I know how Swords works. Still, he's at 18. Opponent's at 8. I think there's another careful study there. Yep, looks like it. Finds an Imp. That's not great. 2 Dark Rituals. The Ritual's probably hitting the bin here, to be honest. Unless there's a world where Matt is hard casting Visara or something, which I don't think is probable. Yeah, I think you just pitch the other Ritual. Yep, makes sense. You have the mana up to go Imp, discard your next game-ending threat if you have one. Granted, Duck can also port down one of your lands, but that might have been what he was considering. Alright, there's a Phantom Neshoba. Take 1 here to play out the Imp. Yeah, tapping it for a black. Okay, a little bit of counting going on here. Plays out the Imp, doesn't have to discard till next turn. And Duck really needing a Swords here, I think. Or another land drop for Parallax Wave is also pretty huge. Okay, he is going to Swords the Imp. Very interesting. Choosing in response, pitch the Shoba to the Imp. Not going to gain a little more life here. Port down Gemstone Mine. There's the Lotus Petal just to add extra Salt. I think you leave the Lotus Petal in hand. And I think you have to go for the Neshoba. You know he has Parallax Wave. There's not much you can do about it. Yeah, I'm gonna reanimate the Neshoba. Take 7. And well, Matt is not presenting lethal. Oh, just gonna play out the Lotus this turn as well. Well, Matt is not presenting lethal next turn, especially with a blocker Mishra's Factory. He's definitely looking to stabilize. Ooh, and there is the second Plains. Oh, and there's another Swords. Duck having 3 Swords. Brutal. Also able to lock down this Neshoba for 5 turns. And yep, gonna do the thing. It'll go under the wave. When it pops back out, it'll have 7 counters again. And it's gonna be a bit tough here, I think, now for Matt to close things out. Duck has pretty much fully stabilized. Oh, I think there's a... Actually, I don't know if that's a Sword. That might be a Seal of Cleansing. In which case, he opted to not play out the Seal. I mean, he would have had to take 7 beforehand. Okay, there's a Seal of Cleansing. Yep, there we go. Seal. Do you target the Lotus Petal or do you save it for Reanimate Dead? Matt has nothing to Reanimate Dead. Okay, just gonna play out a Morph here. Whatever could it be? A mono white deck. And he's even got the Windborn Muse and the Decree. Yeah, Matt gonna want to read this Windborn Muse as it is fairly relevant. Once that comes out, Reanimator deck is gonna have a hard time swinging through. Matt just gonna pass here. Yep, don't want to put that face down card with the lands unless it is a land. Okay, Ancient Tomb, gonna play for turn. Now Duck with lots of mana up, even has a creature threat with the Mishra's Factory he could start swinging in if he really wanted to. We're just gonna pay 4, flip the Angel, swing for 4. Gain that mana back off the Ancient Tomb. Duck should be gaining some life here. Hopefully that gets caught in the dice. I think he's already thinking this is pretty far out of reach. Okay, there's a life death for Matt. He also has a Sickening Dreams, which he can't really do much with. I think with Matt at 6, I don't know if there's much he can do the next 2 turns. He's got another Phantom Neshoba, can't cast it. He'll get his Phantom Neshoba back 3 turns, but no, we're just going to scoop it up and go to game number 2. Alright, here we are in game number 2. All the graveyard hate has been brought in on Duck's side, although he does have a decent amount in the main already with 2 Phyrexian Furnaces. And I have to think Matt has probably opted for adding some Oaths. He's also added Multanis, it looks like, which makes sense. Swords is one of the worst cards for a Reanimator. And seeing 2 makes it very rough. Looks like both players have keepable hands. And Matt is going to start off with a Cabal Therapy, this time naming swords, I'm sure. Does not see any. We do see 2 Marble Diamonds. And the Sphere of Resistance. Alright, there's the Lotus Petal. And just gonna say go from there. Matt does have a Careful Study, it looks like. Oh yeah, there's the Sphere. turn one on the draw is not nearly as good, but still not awful. City of Brass proxy here from Matt. That's one of our monthly proxies, I believe. And take a point to cast Careful Study. And does not find much, but can at least pitch the Multani's Acolyte. Can't reanimate anything this turn because of the sphere. And looks like he found 2 more lands. I would maybe value those lands pretty high. There's an Exhume too. Yeah, the Gemstone Mine makes sense. Now, if Duck has some graveyard hate, now would be the time to play it. He does have Mana Rock. He's got 2 Marble Diamonds, which he could play. Taking 2 off the Ancient Tomb. Looks like that is the play. So no graveyard hate. Shields are down for Matt. Now granted, Duck currently has 4 mana on the field. He just has to play 1 more land. He's got a City of Traders to have enough mana for that Parallax Wave that he revealed off of the Cabal Therapy. So there's an Exhume for the Multani. Now, Multani cares about both players' cards in hand. Looks like Matt has 2. Duck has 5. Currently a 7/7. And Multani will dodge the Parallax Wave. The real question is, did Duck bring in Wrath of Gods? Otherwise, I think we might be going to a game 3. He could potentially race by playing out his hand, especially if he gets an Exalted Angel fairly soon. But next turn, this Multani is crashing in. Looks like he's eyeing that Mind Stone potentially as way out. Draw into something. Okay, paying 3 for the Mind Stone. Gonna pay 3 for another diamond. Okay, building up the mana. Say go. I see. Duck is trying to play out his hand as much as possible. Multani is going to get in for 6. Which, there's nothing Duck can do about it because he's only got 1 mana untapped. So Duck, I think, functionally down at least 10. I'm not sure if he's been updating the dice. I think he has. He's been taking... I think he's only taken 4 off the Ancient Tomb. Okay, tapping 2 for City Traders or a Plains. 2 floating. I think you do have to crack the Mind Stone here. It looks like he's got Seal Cleansing, Wave. That's a land. Matt keeping the Multani count active. Oh yeah, just making sure that yes, damage did get taken. We are at 10. Or less. Okay, yeah, it looks like we maybe didn't at 8. Which means that Duck has to play something out this turn or die. He's going to play a Seal of Cleansing. Or no, he's going to play the Wave. Okay. Interesting. Okay, there's an imp. Still a 7/7. Oh, revealing that swords. Yep, gonna get in for 7 here. I don't think Duck has a lot of outs here, unfortunately. He needs to have brought in a Wrath God. Okay, we're gonna take a point here to Cabal. What do you even name? Okay, play land for turn. Undiscovered Paradise. Cabal Therapy. Naming Wrath God. That's literally the only out I think Duck has here. Or you could name Exalted Angel, I guess. Doesn't see either of those. I'm just gonna pass. Multani just a 5/5. But Duck is at 1. And we're gonna go to game number 3. Alright, here we are in game number 3. Always good when we can get to a game 3 in a match. It means both decks got to do their thing. Hopefully not at the expense of the other player. I think this time Duck has probably brought in his Wrath of Gods, if he didn't already. Looks like he does have a turn 1 sphere resistance as well. Matt is gonna mulligan though, so we'll cut to when he has keep hand. Okay, Matt looking for 6 here. Duck has kept 7. He has a turn 1 sphere, and that's all he's thinking about. He does have a Windborn Muse and a bunch of other lands. As long as he can slow down Reanimator deck, that's really all that matters. Yep, turn 1 sphere, go. City, go. It's another Windborn Muse, I believe. If he can land one of those soon, it's going to be very tough for Matt to get through. Now, Matt does have a Dark Ritual and a Reanimate here. Ooh, but does have to pay mana for the Lotus Petal. Does not have a second land. And this is giving Duck the opportunity he needs to land something big. Now, he can go Ancient Tomb. Oh, there is the Wrath of God, too. Thinking about what he wants to do here. If he goes Ancient Tomb, he can play out the Windborn Muse. Take 4 to do so. Dice have not been updated, but he is currently at 12. But there's a Windborn Muse. Your opponent is not drawing lands. He did draw a discard outlet though. And has an Acroma. So let's see. Matt can pay the 2 for a Dark Ritual. No, he needs another land, unfortunately. This just being a bit too much. Unless he's got double Dark Ritual. I think he's doing the math here. Doesn't quite work the way he wants. He has a Multani too. We might be getting a little take back here. He needs 1 more mana to go Imp into Reanimate. He is just going to play the Imp, say go. So he's really counting on a second land drop here. Windborn Muse is going to get in and pass. And Matt praying one of his 16 lands, something like that, is off the top. Maybe it's 18. I don't think it's 18. I think it's less. Nope, just going to pass. Sphere against Reanimator, just absolutely brutal. Other planes here for Duck. Gonna get in. Now remember, Duck is at 12, so this Imp could start chipping in, but I don't think it's going to be anywhere fast enough to matter. especially if Duck plays out another Windborn Muse, which looks like he's considering. He would take another 4 to do so. Now he can just play out this Mind Stone and not take any damage, which I think is what he's considering. Yeah. There's an Exhume. That is not helpful for Matt. These Spheres of Resistance off the sideboard are the MVPs, I think, of this match. This version of Reanimator especially, that runs the pedals, can absolutely just dominate a game. Turn 1, Reanimate. Alright, looks like Matt's discarding Ant Size here. And maybe missing a point of damage there by not attacking with the Imp. It could be relevant if we do get down eventually to 1 life total. Ooh, and there's another win con tapping the City Brass with the Rishadan port. Okay, there's another Dark Ritual. That is not helpful. Matt needs a land. And not seeing it, and is actually just going to scoop it up, extending the hand, and Duck takes it down in 3. Well, we got to see Reanimator do its thing at least once, but the big mana from the white Stompy deck just making it a bit too difficult for the Reanimator deck to compete. Congrats again to Duck, and thanks to all of you guys for making it this far. If you haven't yet, make sure to like the video, and if you're not subscribed, make sure to subscribe so you can find your way back here. We do 3 videos a week, majority of which are pre-modern. Sometimes we throw in some old school. If you've been subscribed for a while, consider joining the Patreon. You may notice all the wonderful names displayed on screen right now. For as little as $1 a month, you get your name up there. You also get access to Patreon only sections of the Discord, as well as just my eternal gratitude for helping me make more videos. Money from the Patreon goes towards gear upgrades, travel expenses to go to other tournaments, and also just making more videos in general. If you'd like to join, the link is displayed on screen as well as in the video description. Thank you all for watching. I'll catch you next time.